right, thank you. So my take on this 1 trillion economy and the turning around the economy. I would say that yes, ordinarily to have a 1 trillion economy, or in other words, to have a bigger economy is good for every economy or every country, and for that reason, ordinary yes is a very good thing. However, we need to look at what is in it for businesses, what is in it for individuals. And I'll take that from the perspective of exchange rate. We have 1 trillion economy, but when the businessman invests money, what does that mean for the individual or the businessman? I have had interactions with some businessmen who invested somewhere 2014, 2015. If you are doing a trading business, you need to invest $1 million. And once you invest that money, it's expected that it's converted into Ghana cedis. If you ask that businessman today, the capital that was invested is virtually gone off. And so we may have a big economy, 1 trillion, which is good, but we need to work on our exchange rate. I think that the minister did mention the fact that yes, we expect exchange rate to be very stable, and we just hope that that will be the case. Because without that, I think that we are going to have a very serious issue when it comes to investing within the economy. Inflation is also one area that we need to work on, and I think the two works together. Inflation and exchange rates works together. Something our inflation minister did mention some waivers in terms of the agri sector. They'll more into taxes later on. But I think that our economy has not coming down, and that for me is a worrying one for us. And so the whole of thinking that you are talking about, if we are still importing so much food, and the currency is not doing well, how do we then get compensation for the reduction in the prices that we are talking about? That for me is a worry, and that we need to be looking at. So yes, the economy can't be big, but there is the need for it to reflect in the pockets of the ordinary Ghanaian. Some of the incentives, the waivers that have been given or proposed in the budget, yes, would have some reflections at once they are passed into law. But I believe that if you look at it also from industry side, industry was looking for a bit more than what was given. Given what has happened during COVID period and all that, and how that has impacted businesses, industry was looking for more than just what the kind of waivers that are given. There are some taxes that industry has been worried about that is really affecting the cost of doing business in Ghana. And this is one of the things or few other things that industry has been asking for. For instance, COVID levy. There has been so many discussions around the COVID levy and the need for that to be dropped because COVID levy was actually introduced for a purpose. And it impacts the cost of doing business and cost of every activity that you do. So COVID, as we all know, the World Health Organization that declared COVID as pandemic says it's no longer a pandemic. And so we expected that even if COVID levy is not going to be mentioned as immediately withdrawn, some timelines given as to when COVID levy is going to go down, so that it will be able to affect the cost of doing business in Ghana. Business sector also was expecting some measures around, for instance, consolidation of the VAT and the levies. Something I tell you, the levies inclusive of the COVID 6% is significant on the cost of doing business in Ghana because these are costs that are not recoverable in line with the input-output approach by businesses, and so it affects the bottom line. And at the end of the day, to have the impact on the ordinary citizen, the businessman also needs to make profits. And for that reason, the 6% that is hitting the businesses, industry was expecting that would have been looked into because a lot of conversation have gone on said that it is converted or consolidated into the standard VAT regime so that it becomes an input-output for businesses. And I believe that will automatically even bring down the cost of products in the economy.